Numerals. Cardinal and ordinal. Fractional. Time. Much, many, a little, a few, a lot, plenty. The cardinal numbers 1, 2, 3, etc. are adjectives referring to quantity, and the ordinal numbers first, second, third, etc. refers to distribution. Cardinal 1. Ordinal first, 2. second, 3. third, 4. fourth, 5. fifth, 6. sixth, 7. seventh, 8. eighth, 9. ninth, 10. tenth, 11. 11th, 12. 12th, 13. 13th, 14. 14th, 15. 15th, 16. 16th, 17. 17th, 18. 18th, 19. 19th, 20. 20th, 30. 30th, 31. 31st, 40. 40th, 50. 50th, 60. 60th, 70. 70th, 80. 80th, 90. 90th, 100. hundredths, 500. 500ths, 1000. thousandths, 1500 or 1500. 1500ths, 100,000, 100,000ths, 1 million. Note: we use cardinal hundred with s plus of plus plural noun, implying indefinite number. For example, hundreds of people. But 100 people. Definite number. Fractions and decimals. We use ordinal numbers at the end position to talk about fractions. A half, a third, 2/3, a quarter or a fourth, 300, 3/4, a fifth, 2/5, a sixth, 5/6, a seventh, an eighth, a tenth, 7/10, a 20th, 47/100, a hundredth, a thousandth. Notice that 1/4 you can say a quarter or a fourth. If we have a whole number with a fraction, we use the word "and" between the two parts. For example, 2 and 3/5. For parts of whole numbers, we use decimal point, not a comma. For example, 2.5, 2.5. If there is a more than one number after a decimal point, we say each number individually. For example, 3,456.789. The exception to this rule is when we are talking about dollars or cents or pound and pence. For example, $21.95. Saying the word cents at the end is optimal. What's the time in English? Explanation. There are two common ways of telling the time. Formal but easier way. Say the hours first and then the minutes. Example, 7:45. For minutes 01 through 09, you can pronounce as O. Example, 11:06. More popular way. Say the minutes first and then the hours. Use past and the preceding hour for minutes 01 through 30. Use to and the forthcoming hour for minutes 31 through 59. But, example, 15 minutes past 7, 15 minutes to 8. Another possibility of saying 15 minutes past is a quarter past. Another possibility of saying 15 minutes to is a quarter to. Another possibility of saying 30 minutes past is half past. Example, 5:30. Note: use o'clock only at the full hour. Example, 7 o'clock, but 7:10. In English ordinary speech, the 12-hour clock is used. Example, 5:20. For times around midnight or midday, you can use the expression midnight or midday, noon, instead of the number 12. Example, 00:100, midnight. 12:100, midday or noon. To make clear, where necessary, whether you mean a time before 12 o'clock, noon or after, you can use in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening, at night. Use in the morning before 12 o'clock noon. After 12 o'clock noon, use in the afternoon. When to change from afternoon to evening, from evening to night, and from night to morning depends on your sense of time. Example, 3:15, 3:15 in the morning, or 3:15 at night. More formal expression to indicate whether time is before noon or after, AM and PM. Also, AM ante-meridian, before noon, PM post-meridian, afternoon. Use this expression only with a formal way of telling the time. Example, 3:15, 3:15 AM. It's not usual to use AM and PM with past to. Example, 3:15, 15 minutes past, or 3:15. American English. Beside past, Americans often use after. Example, 06:10, 10 past or after 6. But in time expression with half past, it's not usual to replace past by after. Beside to, Americans often use before, of, or till. Example, 05:50, 10 to, before, of, or till 6. Many, much, a little, little, a few, few. When do we use much and when many? Much, uncountable nouns. Milk, marmalade, money, time, etc. Many, countable nouns. Bottles of milk, jars of marmalade, dollars, minutes, etc. Examples. How much money have you got? How many dollars have you got? In informal English, these questions are often answered with a lot of, lots of. There is not much difference between the two phrases. 2. When do we use a little, little, and when a few, few? A little, non-countable nouns. Milk, marmalade, money, time, etc. A few, countable nouns. Bottles of milk, jars of marmalade, dollars, minutes. Examples. He has a little money left. He has a few dollars left. Few is a negative idea. It means almost none. We can also use very few. I am very sad. I have few good friends. I am very sad. I have very few good friends. Both these sentences mean I don't have many good friends. I would like to have more. Little is a negative idea. It means nearly none, nearly nothing. We can also use very little. I can't help you. I speak little English. I can't help you. I speak very little English. Both these sentences mean my English isn't good. I would like to speak English better. A lot of, lots of. When do we use a lot of and when lots of? These phrases are mainly used in informal English. Lots of sounds a bit more informal than a lot of. Both forms are used in singular and in plural sentences. It's not the phrase a lot of or lots of which determines singular or plural, but the subject of the sentence, here water and computers. 1. Informal English. Singular. A lot of water is wasted. Lots of water is wasted. Plural. A lot of computers are needed at schools. Lots of computers are needed at schools. 2. Formal English. In formal English, we use plenty of or much and many instead of a lot of, lots of. Singular. Plenty of water is wasted. Much water is wasted. Plural. Plenty of computers are needed at schools. Many computers are needed at schools. Let's have some trial tests now. You have to choose right answer. My son's birthday is on A. 6 November, B. on the 6th of November, C. November of 6, D. the 6th November, E. 6th of November.